How often do you think about that 60-second period at the trade deadline that no longer exists anymore a couple of years ago, Justin, where you almost were not a Houston Astro?
I mean, I definitely still think about it. It comes to mind. We go to Detroit. Detroit comes to us, or when I'm reminded of just coming up in conversation, talking about the moment. I mean, it was such a hard decision in the moment. And now looking back, I mean, it was such a. If you could have said all that's going to happen was going to happen, it was the easiest decision I've ever made. But I mean, I had so much history in Detroit, the fan base there, my home was there, I grew up there, and all those things come into consideration. If it's athletes, it's not just purely a sports decision; it's a family decision and a life decision, and that weighed heavily on me. Ultimately, though, it came down to having the opportunity to win, and I mean, man, it paid off pretty immediately, winning the championship in 17.
Yeah, damn straight. You're just winning and winning and winning, and now here you are in a situation where you're battling your own teammate for the Cy Young Award, Justin. It's kind of. Do you have conversations about that sort of thing openly?
We haven't actually directly discussed it, but I mean, Garrett and I are good friends, and we definitely we have a friendly competition that I think kind of pushes us both. The closest we've come to talking about anything like that was actually the other night after his start 2 starts ago, because I had passed him in strikeouts for like the first time in of the year, and was like I had gone 7 straight starts with 10 or more punch outs. Like I had just gone on some crazy run, and the start after that I only had 4. So, of course, Garrett goes out and punches like 13 or 14 in that next start. And in the shower after the game, I'm like, I let the door open just a little bit. You didn't have to just walk through it. You just, kicked the door down, and just, ran through and overtook the lead again. So that's kind of the closest we've come to talking about our kind of friendly competition we got going on.
In the shower, huh? That's where these conversations take place?
All the time.
No, I didn't know. It's like The White Shadow. I remember that show. I might be dating myself here, Justin, a little bit.
I'm not familiar with that show.
Oh, Justin. When you're on the road and you need something to watch, it's some good old school sports television from way back in the day.
All right.
So when it all come down to it, though, obviously the Old English D, what you used to wear, and how many people still look to you as fondly with all that. What does it mean for you to throw this no-hitter for the same organization as Nolan Ryan, Justin?
I mean, just incredible. Obviously, Nolan was my idol growing up. And I mean, I've had some pretty cool moments already as an Astro, and one of the coolest is sitting there pitching in the playoffs and looking behind home plate and seeing Nolan Ryan back there watching me pitch. I mean, that's just so incredible, and still it gives me goosebumps thinking about it. Actually, I got a text message from him after the game, and I talked to him quite a bit, honestly, which is, I mean, if you'd have told the little kid me that this would be where I was at, I mean, I'd have called you a liar. I mean, just getting there, getting to the field at 2:00 and sitting down and having a conversation with Nolan about pitching. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
So what conversations can you let me be a fly on the wall here a little bit with you and Nolan, Justin?
Well, I had been struggling with my changeup a bit. This was probably a month and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And, as Nolan got older in his career, he started developing a great changeup and started using it a lot. And really, he said it kind of helped him through the last 5-6 years of his career to succeed. And so I was just talking about his grip and his thought process, and it kind of, reminded me of some things that I used to do with my changeup. So really this conversation just kind of spurned some old thought processes that I had with my changeup in the past. And really it's been pretty good. I used it a lot more since we had that conversation, and it's been it's still a weapon that I don't use that often, but it's definitely in my back pocket, and it got better with his advice.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live, or download the Rich Eisen Show app.